Hello, Divine Feminine. Welcome back to the Conduits channel. Thank you for tuning in today. We're here to do a Divine Masculine reading and take a look at what's going on with their energy today. We want to do a quick check-in just to see how they might be thinking and feeling. Now, one thing I want you to remember about tarot readings as the Divine Feminine, because this is important and it's a part of your journey and your ascension, is that tarot readings themselves are just a possible outcome in a buffet of many outcomes of your choosing. This reading will only benefit you if what is said here today resonates and is accepted by you as a possible outcome. The reason why I say this to you, and the reason why it's so important to understand this, especially if you're new to tarot or you're new to this journey, is that you are going through an awakening. And part of the awakening process that this is leading you into is recognizing that you are a creator. You are here to experience and create and to learn in this beautiful universe or university of life. God has blessed us with this opportunity to learn and to grow as souls in order to be able to understand and create the life that we so desire. We oftentimes think we are subject to life and just the way that it shows up for us. And there is only a certain amount of truth to that. You could call it a half-truth. And that is because as things show up in your material reality, you can't do much to change it once it's there. But if you understand how these laws of the universe work, which is part of your ascension, then you will start to understand that you play a pivotal role in how things show up for you. If you continue to look at what's already showing up for you as the only possible outcome, and you say yes to it and accept it, you will create more of it. However, if you can't understand that just because things are showing up in your reality the way they are now, doesn't mean that this is how it has to go in your future, you can change how things show up for you by changing the energy of what you're in right now. So how that works is what's manifesting now in your reality is evidence in the material form of past energy and past belief systems. If you can overlook what's happening now and the evidence of what's happening now and instead tune in to the energetic frequency of the outcomes and the things that you want, then they will and they must show up for you in the future. Oops, I bumped the camera. I apologize. Your twin flame awakening is leading you to this knowledge and understanding through the back and forth dynamic that you are experiencing with them. You are starting to learn more and more about duality, spirituality, the laws of the universe, and how things work, and your relationship as a soul to it. So, with that being said, this is merely a suggestion And it's up to you as to whether or not this suggestion will play a role in your future. Nothing is set in stone, and you always have free will. So when you listen to these readings, understand that you're the creator, you're the projector, you're the one who puts forth the energy. You can resonate with it and accept it and say yes, or you can say no, that is not what I want. Life will give you a lot of what you do and don't want, because it is just as important to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want. Two sides of every coin, however, both sides of that coin are valuable. The darkness always serves the light, even when the darkness doesn't know it. The trick is realizing that you are the light. All right, this is my Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley. And so some of the cards are just a little bit different. Okay, so this one is Four of Cups. And you may notice that some of them have different names, or they're set up a little differently, but they still translate to the typical tarot deck. And I'll explain that along the way if I need to. So at the bottom of the deck today, we do have Four of Cups in the upright, which means that the overall reading today, the energy for this reading today, is a feeling of not being fulfilled. There is something going on in your divine masculine's energy field and in their world that makes them feel like something is missing. And they have a feeling of kind of like a feeling of apathy. Like, why try? Why care? What's the point? What they don't know is that certain gifts come from this. And so it may be something that is happening to them that they're not feeling that great about, but there's a purpose in it. There's a reason behind it. And so your divine masculine may be surprised at some point in time to realize that what's happening to them right now that's giving them this kind of lower vibrational feeling is actually going to cause them to elevate a certain way. So let's get your number for today, which is 6 and 1, 7, 61, or 16. If any of those numbers resonate with you, then they are your numbers. 7's a good number. All right, so let's get into this reading. So in recent past, your divine masculine has had some feelings of wanting to withdraw. They want to pull back. They're trying to keep things close to them right now. Like they've got secrets. They're not wanting to share in its entirety the plans that they have, the direction that they want to go, the feelings and the thoughts and the ideas that they have with anyone else. They're holding that close to the hip, right? They want to make sure that nobody knocks them off their path. There's wisdom in this, but to others, they may seem like they're being elusive, or that they don't want to be open or honest or vulnerable. And that's not what it is. It's that they're starting to understand that energy works a certain way. And when it intermingles with energy that's not in alignment with where they want to go, it can, knock them off balance, or, kind of slow down the progress towards whatever it is that they're trying to manifest. So whether divine masculine understands the spiritual foundation behind this or not, depending on their level of growth, they at least understand that the method works, and that there is a method to what might appear to be madness to others. They don't want anyone else to come in and get in the way of what it is that they're planning. Again, there is a lot of wisdom in that, divine feminine, which shows a lot of growth in your divine masculine. All right, in the karmic situation in recent past, the person or persons that they've been dealing with have an energy of being very resourceful. They are really great at creating and making things happen. They are reliable, and they have helped to spark and fuel ideas in your divine masculine. However, and that's the initial and original attraction to whoever it is that they're dealing with. But on the other side of this, because we're all multifaceted beings, this person also has an energy of being kind of a little bit of a snarky jerk sometimes. They are somewhat rebellious and don't really like the idea of teamwork. Maybe they have a bit of a dominant type of personality. But if things don't go their way or the way that they want, they can be maybe a little unkind to your divine masculine. And so this creates a little bit of a cognitive dissonance in your divine masculine, because on the one hand, they really like this person and they see a lot of value in them. And on the other hand, it's very triggering and upsetting to your divine masculine, because this person, even though they help spark and spawn the ideas, are sometimes the exact reason why divine masculine has a hard time actually bringing them into reality. So they stand in their own way a little, this person that they're dealing with. Because if the two of them could work together as a team, the sky is the limit. There's so much that they could create, because this person is the one with the ideas, and then this person, your divine masculine, is the one with the ability to be able to make it happen in reality. But they oftentimes are totally, they want to give the advice, but they're totally unwilling to take the advice. Right? They'll give and say, well, here, this is what you should do, and this is how things should be done. But when divine masculine says from their side how things could be done or handled, they reject that as if they know better or that they know more, which means that it's not an equal partnership. And that creates stagnancy, which is something that divine masculine is feeling a lot in this relationship. And this may be why they're trying to keep certain things close to their heart. They're not wanting to share the way that they used to. And I have a feeling, as this is kind of unfolding, has a lot to do with this karmic situation that they're dealing with. Toward you, divine feminine. In the past, either during, before, or after, depending on how things showed up for the two of you. And when I say during, before, or after the karmic situation came into play, you may have met your divine masculine while they were in another relationship with this person. Maybe your relationship with divine masculine preceded the relationship with the karmic. Or this is something that seems to be ending or going in that direction, and then you've come into the picture. Either way, your divine masculine has felt an extraordinarily strong connection to you on a level that they can't explain or understand. They just know it and they feel it. The problem is that life circumstances, 3D distractions, and programming and belief systems have caused your divine masculine to step back and step away from you and your connection. Now, your mind could tell you that this is the wrong move and that this is not what should be happening right now, and resist what has been taking place. Or you can bypass, transcend, and move above the mind into that higher self, which is what you are, and recognize and have faith that all things are happening for a higher and more divine purpose and reason. The path is laid out. The cards are on the table. How you play them is another thing. How you choose to look at them, frame them, feel them, experience them is totally up to you and within your ability as a soul with free will. But your divine masculine is in a place of not fully recognizing and understanding these things just like you. And so they have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression around this connection, because to not have it creates a feeling of loss or emptiness. Now, outcomes are oftentimes an illusion, because outcomes are created through chosen perspectives, chosen filters. And life provides a lot of distractions at times and feelings of like, well, what about this and what about that? We go through tests to test where we're at, to test the level of where we're at. And that's all by divine design. It's purposeful and meaningful, and it's not bad. But as you ascend, you'll start to understand more and more how this process works and how you can master it to create the outcomes that you truly want and desire. And your divine masculine is absolutely going through this in their own way. It might look different than you, but they're going through these transformations as well. So the fact that they're feeling anxiety, grief, and depression because of the relationship with you, it's not just you, okay? It's surrounding you because it's a feeling of loss or something's not right. But it has a lot to do with this karmic stuff as well. We have an inner compass that helps to guide us to our true north. And when we are off center and we're not pointing at the bullseye and going in the right direction, we're going to feel feelings of anxiety. It's to help you to discern. And this is no different for divine masculine. This is their experience right now, as they're realizing that there's something about them that feels off course. Now, the paradox is to be off course is still a part of the process. So when you're out of alignment, there's value in that. It's to help you to refine and to become in alignment. You can manifest anything when you're at the vibrational frequency of that, but we have to get into the proper vibrational frequency to align with and create the outcome that we want, or be magnetized to the outcome that we want. But these things that happen that help us to realize that we're not in alignment serve an extraordinarily valuable purpose. And so it's not bad. Okay, we rise above it by recognizing that it's not bad. It's an opportunity to learn and to grow. And so your divine masculine is going through this with a purpose and with a reason, just like you are. A lot of the experiences that you have, divine feminine, when you're going through the initiation process of the dark night of the soul, it's going on with divine masculine too. It's just not going to look the same as you, and your mind, your ego, is going to come in and judge it. But do not be distracted by that. Know who you are and turn away from it so that you can master these same things that your divine masculine is mastering. That's the purpose of meeting them. It's the entire purpose of it all. All right. This next card here is for current situation with your divine masculine. Now, I do want to mention really quick, if you guys are interested in any kind of coaching, group calls, one-on-ones, or any kind of personal tarot readings, that information is, of course, available in the description box below. So please check it out. You can also visit our website and see if there's a way that we can help you on your journey. Also, please like and subscribe. Sorry, I'm distracted a little bit by the beautiful artwork on this card. These little symbols right here. Those of you out there that understand what it is that I'm pointing at right now will know what this right here means. It's pointing you to your true north. The X marks the spot. Okay? You are amazing, divine feminine. And I like that this card came up, and I just noticed this. I can't go into great detail about it, but there are some of you that may understand and recognize what these symbols are. So that's what caught my attention for a mere moment. But currently, with your divine masculine right now, we have 5 of Swords in reverse. So they are looking for peace. They want this stress and anxiety, a period of confusion, to end. They want peace. They want happiness. They want to feel fulfillment. They want to feel like they're on the right path. So they're in a place of seeking now. They're seeking to resolve what appear to be problems in their life. And this is good because when we seek, we find. If the question exists within you, if the desire exists within you, those answers are coming to you. You're always being given what you need. The universe gives us what we need to evolve before it can give us what we want, which means learning all of the things that are not in alignment with our desired outcome. And then when we know what that is and we really hone in on that bullseye, there's nothing that can stop us, right? It's already there and available to us, just waiting for you. So your divine masculine, on a very 3D level, is going through this right now. Now, currently in the karmic situation, the karmic situation is an interesting one because with Queen of Cups in reverse, we have someone who is overbearing, right? Which we kind of saw over here. Positive and negative things, when they're out of balance, can like kind of morph and be difficult to discern or decipher. The love here that is being experienced can be a little suffocating at times. This person that they're dealing with really feels that they know what's best for divine masculine. And in a way, there's like a condescending kind of feeling or tone to that. With the Hierophant, there's these expectations of them conforming to what it is that they think is best for divine masculine, which isn't allowing divine masculine the space, the trust, the, confidence to really self-actualize and to come into their own. There's this, like, what's being told to them is that, oh, I'm doing this to help you. I'm doing this to like make your life better and to make your life easier because this is what's right for you. But it's actually creating the opposite experience for divine masculine, because no one can really know what's best for divine masculine except for divine masculine and God, right? That's it. And so it's like this person has sort of put themselves on their own pedestal and then had the expectation that your divine masculine will support that. And their needs and their wants and their desires are effectively being portrayed as being more important or healthier or better than divine masculines. But in actuality, it's not really the case. I mean, that's just kind of an arrogance that's coming from this karmic situation. Again, it's being shown and presented as, oh, this is what's best for you and this is good and I'm just trying to love you and give you what you need and da-da-da-da-da, which can be very confusing when it's packaged that way, especially if the results of that are actually quite harmful. So divine masculine's starting to kind of wake up to what's really going on. They're seeing what's really happening. Even though it's being given to them in a pretty little package, that doesn't necessarily mean that the gift that's inside is actually valuable, pretty, or worthwhile. Someone can tell someone that they're doing something out of love all day long, but if the results or the fruits of that are not showing that it's love or it's not loving, then it's not. It's not. And divine masculine is starting to see the reality of that. Toward you, your divine masculine is starting to see that there is an opportunity here for a lot of inner growth. They realize that they were confused and pushing away something that was actually really what they needed. And they may not be in a place right now of fully recognizing the connection between the two of you for what it actually is. But they're definitely tuned into the fact that this connection has something very valuable that is needed by them. Just coming into this understanding and being more aware of this is alleviating a lot of the anxiety and frustration that they had in the past. They're looking for peace and they're seeing you as a peaceful person. You've treated them in a way that they haven't been treated in a long time. And they pushed that away initially because they wanted to do the right thing. But maybe sometimes things aren't always as they appear, and they're realizing that what can appear to be the right thing can sometimes be the wrong thing, and what can appear to be the wrong thing can actually be the right thing. And so they're questioning that. They're looking at things. They're kind of going a little deeper with all of this and saying, wait a second, maybe this is where I need to be putting my time and attention right now. There's something about this that is not just alluring, but they feel drawn to you on a very subconscious and deep level. Their mind questions things a lot, as all of our minds do. But underneath all of the noise of the mind, they know there's something about you that is set apart from the rest. They connect with you deeply. And when they're around you, there is a feeling and a sense of peace. Near future. Near future, we have. It looks like your divine masculine is going to be making a shift and a change. They're going to be moving away from what doesn't serve them well toward what does serve them well. And even though that's still being shown and revealed to them, desire is the springboard of action, right? It's what propels us sometimes toward what it is that we want. Desire is not bad, but it must be understood as what it is. And there is a big difference between the soul's desire and the ego's desire, which is why on this journey it's so incredibly important to tune into that inner being, that source, that essence of what you are, the witness to the mind and to the body. That's where you're going to know that you're heading toward your true north. That's where you're going to know it's the soul's desire. But until that still, quiet voice within you gets loud enough, you have to really, really listen for it. And it's difficult because the ego is quite loud and obnoxious, right? It's an overworked muscle. And now it's time for you to balance things out and work out that intuitive muscle within you. And your divine masculine, as a result of all of the hard work that you've been doing, is doing the same. It's not because of you. It's because the two of you are one at the core. So where one goes, so does the other. The path there may not look the same. The stories being told may not look the same. And the characters in the play of life may not be the same. But the destination is the same. The destination is the same, where the two become one. So your divine masculine is going through massive and major changes at this point. You're going to start to see these things happening. You're not going to know about it before because they've kept everything close to themselves. And as things have been kept secret within them, the necessary internal changes have been made in order to create external change. And so you're going to start to see those external changes taking place in your divine masculine's life. And you'll see them for sure in your own. All right. In the future, the karmic situation. Your divine masculine is going to have to make a choice. They're going to be tested to see what it is that they truly want and desire. As they are making changes internally, things externally start to shift and move around, and people start to act and react differently toward them. And this might create a resistance to the change that is inevitable. They may question and think to themselves, well, maybe I shouldn't change anything at all. Maybe I should just let things stay as they are. And they may start to want to try to, I guess, assert or force some old programming in there. Now, this is something that is actually going to be, it might seem bad, but it's not. Because, like Eckhart Tolle says, suffering is only necessary until it's no longer necessary, which means we only make mistakes until we learn the lessons. And if the mistakes are showing up and reoccurring in different circumstances, in different ways in our existence, it's only to show us where we still have latent energy that isn't in alignment with our destination, our true soul's desire. So this may create what looks like on the outside a little bit of chaos. It's exactly that chaos that is going to create and lead divine masculine to the order that they're looking for, to the stability that they're looking for, to the inner peace that they're looking for. Again, it's just as important to know what you don't want as it is to know what you do want. And so divine masculine may get a little bit of what they don't want. It's only going to help to refine them. All right, now toward you, they are going to come in with a phenomenal energy, divine feminine. They're going to really be stepping into their power. They're going to want to show up and be a leader, a guiding force. They're going to want like real true friendship, partnership, you know, a real relationship. This is going to happen after what doesn't serve them falls away. So this is a period of time in the future. It could be, depending on where you're at, 3 weeks from now. Maybe you've already seen all of this kind of happening and taking place. It could be something that happens in 3 years from now. Okay, so it's not something that we can predict. But what I can tell you is that when your divine masculine shows up like this in your reality, this is a point or a period of like a merging and a union taking place in the physical, because what's needed to take place in the non-physical has happened. That merging, that union, that ascension process, the balancing out of those energies within has happened in this non-physical realm and now is showing up in the physical realm. It's a merging of that for you and your divine masculine. And so until things show up this way, and you'll know, trust me, you'll know, there will be no doubt, no fear, no out of alignment energy when this happens. So if they come in during this time and there is those feelings, then just know that there's cooking time that needs to take place, and don't be worried about it. Just allow it. Have trust and faith in the divine path that's being laid out for you. A big part of the excitement and joy of the journey is the journey itself, and all the adventure that takes place in between point A and point B. So enjoy all of it. It's all beautiful. It's all a miracle. But your divine masculine is going to come in with an incredible energy, an energy of just absolute stability and power and standing in the true nature and the light of who they really are. And they will be met by you, divine feminine, in that same space. There will be no polarization, no doubt, no fear, only the core, the love that you are and that you were created in the image of. Let me get you a oracle card today. Which deck do we want to use? Use this one because it's just my favorite, and I think I used it last week, but I want to use it again. It's not my favorite of favorites, but it's definitely one of my favorites. It's just such a good deck. It's my elemental oracle, and I love learning and studying about the elements, the elementals. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I think it was an amazing reading, and I'm never displeased with the oracle cards that come out. So here, this one just fell on the floor. We're going to use it. We're going to use it. All right, give me just a second. I'll find it in the book. Okay, so I have 2 cards that popped out of the deck. So we're going to read the first one, and then we'll move into the second one. I'm just going to read both of them for you because there must be a message or even a combination between the two. So first we have North. Now this has a lot of meaning to me right here. I don't know about you, but that symbol right here has everything to do with here. And those of you that will understand that will understand. Those of you that do not yet, you're moving in this direction. North, expansion. Be guided, but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know your true north. So be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It is time for true adventure. We spoke about that in this reading. North is one of the cardinal directions in witchcraft, one of the guardian directions. Traditionally, north has been associated with ice and snow, and the north wind is considered to be the coldest. The Arctic winter is large and passes through Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia, Canada, Denmark, Greenland, Iceland, and the Arctic Ocean. There has always been a certain romanticism about going north on adventures. During the peak years of the Age of Exploration, the exploration of the North Pole became almost a public mania. Perhaps the greatest adventurers of the ancient world and the most northerly were the Viking peoples. To Viking means to go exploring. The North has connotations around finding your true essence or pathway. It can even be a referral to finding a person who gives our life meaning. Finding our true north indicates we have found a profoundly right path and a direction that is authentic for us. So strongly is north seen as a guiding direction. It is the one used to indicate direction on maps, usually with a single arrow. North is one of the quarters called in certain traditions to purify, to protect a space. People may call upon the guardians of the north or the northern as a way of unlocking the protective energies of the portals of that element. I love that. There's so much meaning in this, you guys. You and your divine masculine are finding your true north. Your north is something that is within you. It's part of the macrocosm and the microcosm. You will see it in all things. You need to tune into that. You meeting your divine masculine automatically put you on that path, that adventure of finding your true north. And your divine masculine is along for the ride, just like you. So this next one is voice. So let's look at this and see what it has to say. Speaking your word. Use your voice, speak up, sing your song out to the universe. It's often not what you say, but how you say it. Speak plainly and tell your story. It's about intention. I'm just going to say that. What they're saying there. It's about intention. That's the language that you must use in order to speak to the universe. It's not the words that you're using. It's the intention, the vibration, the frequency behind them. The voice is an air-powered instrument, the sound of which is made by the movement of pressurized air over the vocal cords. The vocal cords vibrate, making audible pulses that are adjusted by the muscles of the larynx to give a unique variety in pitch and tone. The sound is further filtered by the lips, cheeks, and facial muscles, as well as the position of the neck and chest. Every person's voice is quite unique because of the combinations of their physiology, although we do like to mimic others for fun. The human voice is capable of a huge variety of sounds, from harmonic tonality to grunts, squeals, and screams. The voice is one way humans express and create emotion in themselves and others, and of course, communicate through complex language. Listening to amazing voices raised up in song is something humanity has been doing since prehistory. Yet perhaps more importantly, being able to speak out about what is important to us is even more vital. You must use your voice both kindly and for the greater good, not being afraid to speak about injustice or to change a bad law or system has always changed the world for the better. I think what this is pointing out together, since they came out together, is that knowing who you are, knowing the direction that you want to go in, it is important to not only use your voice in this world in the physical sense to communicate to others, to really, truly, like, try to communicate the essence of what it is that you're looking for and to stay in alignment with that. But also to make sure that what we're sending out on an inner level through intention, which is the language of the universe, the true intention of what we're putting out there, which is what we will truly get back. You got to make sure that that's in alignment with what it is that you want to create. This is the purpose of meeting your twin flame, is to take you to these heights, to these levels. And so trust your journey, Divine Feminine. Trust your journey. Let that inner compass guide you back home. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I know this was a bit of a longer reading, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later on for your Divine Feminine reading.